This is Ryan Strome. You're listening to Missin Curfew.
What's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media, Newport Beach. This is Missin Curfew. And before the boys snapping around, let's not forget the show is always presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Obes, the up dog, our boy Swishy Swish. He's got the itch for Aspen up dog. He's got the belly up hat on. He can taste the alumni weekend. He can taste
it's gonna be brisky.
The hot toddies. He can taste the One Rocks. And you can just taste the richness in the air of Aspen. Every time I go there, I just realize I can't afford to be here.
Yeah.
But that's never stopped me throughout my whole career.
No, and the taste of Labatt blue lights that are going to be flowing in the dressing room. And, it's just been a while since I've had a good, just a good chit chat in a dressing room with the fellas.
I know you don't have the golf course anymore, right? You don't have
I know we don't have that, but we're going to have campers in. We're going to be just taping sticks and telling stories. And hopefully some of the single boys will be out the night before with some stories about, the good old times. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I know Schmaltzy's been working on his backhand, forehand, top titty. So Schmaltzy, you got the skate sharpened up, ready to rock and roll, fella?
Yeah, so I'm going to put myself through a little bit of a training camp this year. I'm going to get on the ice probably next week twice and then once before I hit the road for Buffalo. So I'm thinking 3 skates is all I'll need to get crispy up there. One thing though, boys, are we going to the top of the mountain again the night before? Because I think that made me a little bit more stung, Obes. When you're drinking at 12,000 feet, fella, it's no joke.
No, I think that was one of the things I recommended at the end last year. Like, how was it? I'm like, boys, great event. I would just recommend not taking, everyone from sea level right to the top of Aspen Mountain night one.
First night.
Yeah.
As epic as it is.
Yeah.
Jumping in jumping in the gondola, going up, having a pint on the way up, and then 25 drinks there and then back down. Yeah. Not perfect for the sea legs that you're going to have when you get off the bus. No, but we're going to go into belly up, which will be epic for a little concert party with Dustin Lynch. That's the night before, a little celebratory evening there. The Friday afternoon is the fantasy camp game where we'll be mixing it with some campers, and then a full send poker night. Get your fucking chips, boys. Get your chips. It's gonna be epic though. But no, we're not going 12,000 feet. But Sunday afternoon is Cloud 9, and that is a time popping bottles. So you go up on your skis, pop bottles, just get pinned, and then just race down. It's epic.
So we got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, that's a 4-and-4 like you read about.
Oh, it is.
I'm not coming in for 4-and-4.
What do you got going?
I'm coming in Friday morning. Shout out to Jeff. I'm jumping on with his bird. What a team guy he is. And I'm out of there Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I fly back to Toronto on that Friday for Christmas. So it's like I go Buffalo, Aspen, and then home. It's like I can't physically do a 4-day bender in Aspen. It'll put me down and out. Yeah. Even if it is for the kids.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, 3's a fluke, 4's a streak, right? So yeah. Anything under that, you're
are you in there Thursday right till Monday? Is that what you're doing, Swishy?
I don't know, because we do Buffalo on the 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then we have a show with Home by 3 to finish off our Let It Snow tour in Pittsburgh on the 10th. So that's a Wednesday. So I think I'm going to fly from Pittsburgh, right from the chin of the Rust Belt on Thursday morning, right to Aspen for Thursday night. So yeah, it's that's what it's looking like for me. I'm going to be on the road. I just looked for like 14 days straight. So pack your fucking.
Me too, fella.
Bring your gitch, eh?
I'm going.
Lots of gitch.
Bring your laundry loop, eh?
4 days, Orlando 4 days, Aspen 4 days. And then what do we have after that?
So who am I going to be doing the pod with? By myself or KC or what? Is there any, I got no one doing the pod with me. Hey, Ice Pick, you're going to have to sit in, fella, for the boys. The boys are going on a runner.
Oh, yeah. I committed to those dates you gave me, though, so I'll show up. I might be calling in from cheerleaders in Pittsburgh, but I'll give you those dates you need, brother.
Yeah,
I'm always there.
I know you will, fella. Hey, I got the list here, boys. We got some new guys coming in this year. Brian McCabe. Cannot wait to see Caber. Yeah. Cannot wait to see Caber. I love Caber. Listen, if we were going to put a line on DraftKings Sportsbook this year for this alumni game, I think this is your best chance, boys, because Hayduk out. Toronto, I tried to get in to replace Hayduk. Can't do it. His son's got a hockey tournament. Richardson out. We're going to have to play like the New Jersey style, like 1-5, 1-4, and just try to slug her down because we those are our best players.
The Boucher trap.
Yeah, as much as I love Rick Barry, I don't know if Bears is going to get her done up front. I'm thinking I might play forward. Little net front presence. What do you think about that, Swishy? I'll just come there and battle in front of net with you, try to tip a couple home.
Yeah, well, I don't want the big bear in front of the net because I don't know if I'm going to be able to move you, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it roller hockey rules? Is there offsides in play? Like, I think I like you better at the back end.
Slow her down there.
Yeah, I just think you're better when the game's in front of you, not looking back.
I would agree with that. And then listen, your guys' goaltending, I mean, who gets to start? You have Henrik Lundqvist and Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
Now, if you go by resume,
star-studded smiles and star-studded personalities.
Yeah, I listen. I love the King. I love Hank. He ran New York. He's still running New York. But if you go off resumes alone and rank, you got to give it to Marc-Andre Fleury. Do you not? He will be a Hall of Famer. He has what? 2 cups, more wins.
3 cups.
3 cups.
3 cups. 1 in Vegas, 2 in.
That's right. I forgot about Vegas. Yeah. He has more wins than the King, right?
Yeah.
So what happens? That's a decision that your locker room. I don't know who's wearing the C. I guess probably you. That's a tough decision to make. Who gets to start?
We'll just see who's kind of going in, feeling it.
They're both. Well, Hank's already on the ice. He's been practicing.
What did our boy, one of our future guests said? Like, it's one thing to fuck with one goalie's head, but you don't want to fuck with both of them. So, I'll go in as, maybe off ice captain and just sit them both down and say, guys, this is what's up.
Yeah.
One of you is not going to be happy tonight. You're not going to start. But fuck, at the end, we're all going to have a good time here and you'll be kicking. And you're both, let's just be honest, they're both first ballot Hall of Fame. Not just future.
Well, Hank got
in first ballot.
So was Marc-Andre Fleury.
100%. Best of his generation, I think, Marc-Andre Fleury.
So listen, I'll tell you what, this Swishy, you're a glue guy. You're going to have to keep the dressing room together there in the NHL Alumni All-Star dressing room. This could separate a room before the puck even drops. You got 2 Hall of Famers, and you got to tell Marc-Andre Fleury, fella, stay warm. It's fucking minus whatever. Sit here and wait till you get your chance. It's going to be tough for the updog, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it would be tough for me not to start the King. Just with the hair, the national anthem, the aura he has. And Marc-Andre Fleury, by all accounts, I've never met him. He seems like an unbelievable dude. And Opes, he's actually found himself on the other side of the short end of the stick a few times dating back to Pittsburgh with Matt Murray.
That's true.
So maybe it's a situation where we go, you know what, Marc-Andre, you might be the guy technically that should be starting, but we might have to just slide the King in here just for, at least half the game and see how he does. Because the King last year, Opes, that game could have been 15-2. He was unbelievable.
He was unreal.
He was unbelievable. We gave up probably 22 breakaways in that game, and he stopped at least 19 of them. He was unreal.
Yeah, he was kicking. His hips were probably a little tight the next day. Yeah, you're right, though. Fleury's been through it. He finished his career as a backup. He could probably adjust better than the King.
Yeah. He's actually been a backup for, this is not a shot at him, but he's been a backup for a while now, down the stretch.
No, I know. Backup goalie's a great gig.
I would be one right now if I could.
Until you have to get in.
Maybe we put him up at forward.
Forward.
Yeah, he likes to, he always is up there joking around, having fun. He probably has a nice, sauce pass. Probably got good mitts.
I've never met him, so I'm looking forward to hanging out with him.
I haven't hung with him since, way back in the day.
So, fellas, stay tuned to the NHL Alumni starting goaltending controversy that I'm starting right now. Switchy, I'm stirring the pot right now. Moving down the depth chart, Commie's coming again. Chelios, so there goes. I thought I was going to have best tan. I'm going to lose that to Chelly. Matthew Barnaby. Barnes is coming in. Tyson Barrie is also coming in, who I believe, have we confirmed what team he's playing for?
No, but I'm going to give him, by ranks. He's probably, he played a bunch of games and let us used to stay at his house when we were going to My Morning Jacket concerts.
He did.
He's a true Av.
Brad Mayday, absolute beauty coming in. Bobby Bertuzzo.
Bob Bertuzzo spoke this morning. He's fired up.
There's a guy that will slow the pace down for the boys.
Yeah, make it pass.
He'll slow her down.
He'll get into the net with him with that long fucking 6-foot stick he's got.
So you guys got some length on the back end with Jay Swish, Commie, Bobo, Kaber. Kaber's a nice defenseman. Moving on here, Craig Adams, Stanley Cup winner. Carbomb's coming back.
Carbomb.
Peter Mosely. Who's Peter Mueller? Is that Mueller's?
Yeah. He just retired. He'll be legit out there. Yeah. He was dirty. He just finished playing over in Austria.
Yeah, I know he's
Germany. Yeah, he was playing for Red Bull.
Okay, so if this is the Peter Mueller I'm thinking about, he's an Av.
He's an Av, yeah.
Perfect. We need somebody with skill because we don't have a lot of skill. We got
Stasny. He's going to be nasty.
Jan Stasny or Peter Stasny?
Well, not Peter.
Paul Stasny.
Paul.
Wow.
Stas is coming.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's loaded.
We're back in it here.
Yeah.
Woljes Wolski, he's an Av. Ben Scrivenza, he's our goalie. I'll never doubt Scrivenza. He steps. Scrivenza. Ben Scrivenza, the boys call him. He absolutely kicks in this game. He's just like, he's better in this game than maybe he was in his whole career switch. He just absolutely kicks.
Yeah, he comes in with the long flow, the duster. We saw him actually during the Stanley Cup too in Edmonton. I was looking at him. I was like, "Are you ready to kick?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to go for Aspen already."
Scrivenza.
Sam Gagne. That's a nice addition to the NHL.
He's going to be on ours, yeah.
These are two that jumped out at me, two of my former teammates. Alex Edler, and is this official Chris Kunitz? Is Chucky coming?
I don't know.
Is Chucky coming?
Text him.
I got to text him. Fuck, I hope he's coming. He's an absolute beauty. Max Talbot, and like I said, Wolski, Drew Shore. It's a star-studded lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Our team's looking pretty good. We're not bad. We're a little better ups.
Boys, I'm looking forward to it. But before that, Buffalo, Chippewa Street. I can't wait. By the way, news out of Cincinnati, Swishy. Joey Burrows, full practice today, or yesterday, sorry. Maybe starts this Sunday. If not this Sunday, he's going to play the Thanksgiving Day against the Ravens. This is good news for us. Bills, Bengals, we want our boy Joey B there slinging it.
Absolutely. We got Joey Burrow on Sunday. Hopefully he's healthy for that game. Chippewa Street. And then the night before, we are at the Rec Room, Home by 3, Missin Curfew live show as well. So it's going to be a great weekend up there. Oops, Labatt, Blue Flowing, Fireball, just a bunch of mutants from the Rust Belt. I can't wait to get to Buffalo.
Shout out to our boy at Labatt Blue, Jason Fullerin. What should we call him, boy? What do you say, Swishy? Foley or what? What do you call him?
I was calling him J Flow.
J Flow. I like
J Flow works.
J Flow works. He sent me a picture of much like you have, a one-piece Buffalo Bills snowsuit. He's like, would you wear this? I'm like, if you can find one for my fat ass. He's like, I think I got a XXX lying around here somewhere. I'm like, I may be able to squeeze into a XXX.
Yeah, he said he's got a couple that he wants us to doctor up. I'm going to go Allen jersey over top of that.
Sweet.
I got one. It's full on. It's Labatt. It's colors of the Bills, and it's worth every penny to wear that at the game. 100%.
I can't wait. It's going to be a blast to get up there with the boys. So fellow tours are coming back, boys. It's been too long. Our last fellow tour was the Stanley Cup final, right? Me, you, and Swishy. Swishy had the tie jacket on. That was a big hit, the final. You were losing your goddamn fanny pack. Hey, Swishy's like, oh, someone stole my fanny pack. Can you believe that?
I was just... Boys, that was after the double OT. I was just gooned. Yeah. I couldn't even see straight.
Yeah.
We were leaving that game, and Upshaw is doing a headstand as we're leaving Rogers Place, and some fan looks back and he's like, is that Scotty Upshaw? He's just doing a headstand. We're like, oh my God.
Like, it sure is.
Well, it sure is. Uppy upside down classic.
So looking forward to get back on the fellow tour with the boys. Hey, boys, we're almost done here in November, but Movember, I just want to give some love to our boy, Johnny Kornuk. I made a little donation to him. He's been doing it for, a lot of years. He's been raising a lot of money for a great cause, obviously for prostate cancer. See the boys in the NHL doing it. I never grew the mustache ups because A, I can't grow a very good mustache, and B, I got to be honest, I was single throughout my career. I always made a nice donation. Maybe it's a little selfish, but getting a mustache and trying to get laid, it wasn't really.
Yeah, my mustache is terrible.
Yeah,
I look like Big Scott back in the 80s, my dad, who had a bad mustache too. I think it's better now, but yeah, some guys just don't. Like, he wouldn't, like Sid the Kid, playoff edition. This is not a good look.
Yeah, I would even say, and Sid, this is, with respect, you're one of the greatest. Like, even Sid with the mustache doesn't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like,
not good.
Not good. Like, I was watching the Flames last night, and Backlund had a neck guard on and that mustache, and I'm like, Jesus, Backy, like, that is just.
It's not a duster like Coach Q.
Coach Q's duster's unreal.
You know, Dave
peanut butter.
Tip had a nice stash.
Yeah.
No upper lip. Yeah, it's just not I don't know. Schmaltzy, you ever have a stash, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I got the Indian blood in me, so I got double wide eyebrows as is. So I can rock a pretty good duster if I need to.
Brow.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I had one going in August this year. I just got bored. I was rocking the Duster. Actually, it was kind of a hit a little bit in terms of the female department. So
Listen, if you can grow a legit Duster, girls love it. Like Joe DeMarco walked in, him and Bex for the Halloween party at Stu Cats. He was they were the Old Spice from Talladega Nights. What's John C. Reilly's character? Help me out here.
Cal Norton Jr.
Cal Norton Jr. And Joe D can grow a nice mustache. And my girl McNamara was like, wow, Joe looks good with that mustache. Like, if you can grow a proper one, I mean, what girl doesn't want a mustache, right? Especially if you got a proper one there for you. But I'm talking about mine was this greasy, dude. It wasn't helping my cause. Even just with that saying you play in the show, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah, you can't go into it if it's, it's got to be a bushy mustache, and you can't be using the Just for Men, the dye or anything. It's got to be all natural. People they'll sniff that out, Obes, right away. So it takes a certain individual to rock the Duster for sure.
It's a great cause up, dog. Prostate cancer. I just wasn't going to give up my whole November.
Yeah.
Come on here. I was single.
Turkey dinner. November's finest. Out after games. I hear you.
So if you haven't donated, get out there. Like we said, it's for a great cause. Moving on, a little intro here, boys. Landman is back. Every time I watch Landman, I just think of our boy Billy Quinn. Flies to Midland, does a deal, stays there, has dinner, flies back, goes to fucking West Texas to watch Texas Tech play. I love this show. Billy Bob Thornton's an absolute beauty. Shout out to the first person who ever wore the whipped cream bikini in Varsity Blues, Allie Larder. That's how you say her name?
Good Philly girl.
Listen, whatever she did in the off season, Pilates, yoga, diet. I mean, if you haven't seen episode 1 of season 2, I mean, she's probably 50. How old would she be now?
Nah, I don't know. She's
49. She's 50 in February.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We're getting old.
She looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, for her, kudos to her. She's always been an attractive lady, but in season 1, I just wanted to give her some love. Her character's awesome. You watched season 1 of Landman, correct? Yeah. So
it's great.
I love it. It's back. And the daughter in that is just a sick joke. Play fair.
Yeah. Any action in the first episode for...
First episode, it was just coming back off because John Hamm had the jammer at the end of the year and died.
Yeah.
So now his wife, Demi Moore, who still looks pretty good.
We shouldn't give that away, should we? The jammer.
Well, no, I mean, if you watch The Landmark, he died.
Or Landman, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So he dies, and now she's running the company. And basically this guy, the character that John Hamm played, he has all these leases out there still and loans out there. And I guess, what he was good at was gambling. But there's a lot of people out there looking for revenge. Right now, they think there's some blood in the water. Now he can take advantage of his widow.
Yeah.
Where Billy Bob's got to come in. Now Billy Bob's the president of the whole, company, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I got to do the negotiating." So that's kind of what it was. And then it was just basically the hot daughter getting into TCU and the mom strutting around. Yeah, it was awesome.
All right, I'll tune in.
Yeah, tune in. So Landman is back. One of my favorite shows, boys. Like I said, I always think of our boy Billy Quinn doing his thing. Last but not least, our intro. Winter Classic, January 2nd in Miami. I think Swishy is going to be boots on the ground there. I think this is a good idea. I love that it's going to be in Miami. We'll see how it looks in that ballpark. But what do you think about the tarp, Swishy? I kind of like the Florida Panthers one, man. I love the old school gloves with the old school pants. I like that look.
Yeah, I mean, that field isn't perfect. I was there on my baseball trip in May, but I do love the Florida Panthers jerseys. Old school look with a little bit of a new touch to the cat. It looks mean. It looks vicious. I like it. The New York Rangers, the cream and the blue, that's okay. But I really do like these Florida Panther jerseys. I think these things fuck. So they're playing it back a little bit with the original jerseys of the franchise with a little bit of a twist. So we'll see how it goes there, Obes. That field, though, that baseball field, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. That place just... it's not perfect. Like it's kind of just a stripped down, like almost feels like you're walking into a Costco. There's just no real character to it.
Does the roof open?
I think it does. Yes. It was closed when I was there, but I do believe it does open.
Okay, good. Because I wasn't sure about that. They better have it open.
Yeah, we're talking Miami.
Right?
Yeah, tough barn.
Yeah.
A lot of concrete. Not perfect.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of concrete is right.
A lot of concrete looking at it. But I don't know. It'll be cool.
I just think it's cool having it in Miami, January 2nd. People will be recovered from New Year's Eve. Take the first off, go to the game, get in one the second.
It took me a few days in Miami to cure those hangovers.
So
practices were real after that. They knew they'd sting us with a good skate too.
Yeah, I remember one year we had to have our rookie party in Hollywood, January 2nd. we pulled it off. But I was like, boys, is this the only day we can do this? Like, I go to the leadership group. There's not one other day. We're coming here twice. They're like, no, if we want to do it, we got to do it the 2nd of January. And we actually rallied to throw off a hell of a rookie party.
The thing about Miami is at midnight when the ball drops for New Year's, the things aren't even starting then. So when you have to start at midnight, Miami goes till 8 in the morning. You're like, you better be strapping in, you know?
Swish, you know what saved us on that January 2nd rookie party in Hollywood? I always hear you talk about it was industry night, the industry girls. Yep. All the girls that were working on New Year's Eve and January 1st, they were ready to rock on the 2nd. So all the people I knew that would be working, I'm like, hey, on the 2nd, we're going to Teddy's. Come meet us there.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best in the business. And on every off night, like a Wednesday, a Monday, you can catch some sneaky flyers out there because, again, the industry people, they'll be going, and they have won speedos, and it's full tilt.
They're pros.
Yeah, they are. Oh, they're true professionals.
Yeah, so I can't wait. I think the unis look good, boys. Miami, man. Winter Classic. I'm just glad it's not going to be at the same, We talked about this with the Global Series about always being in Sweden, Finland. I'm glad it's not in Chicago or Detroit or you know what I mean. It's the normal ones.
Yeah, the Classic's a good time.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Boys, we're right back at Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. DraftKings bets, and more bets. Always gamble responsibly, but you got to get some skin in the game at DraftKings Sportsbook. Fellas, the Pick 6 app. Remember I said I was sniffing? Well, back to a little rude awakening. I had shots. I went 0 for 6. I had Nikki Schmaltz over 2.5 shots. Swishy, what was your scouting report for that one for me, fella?
Yeah, I just think that's, it's shoot to get hot, shoot to stay hot, but that line seems a little high even for my boy. You know what I mean? He's if he's shooting the puck, it's in a really good spot. He's not the guy just getting over the blue line and sifting one to the net per se.
He's a disher. He likes to dish.
He does.
I had Follow over 1.5 shots. No. Lafreniere over 1.5 shots. No. Marchenko from the fucking Blue Jackets, when I watch them play, all this kid does is shoot it. 2.5 shots. No. And Rantanen and down and down and down. So, boys, a little taste of humble pie up, dog, because I've been so close, boys, on the Pick 6 app that, no, rejected. What about you, boys?
I had one the other day, Obes. It was last night that just absolutely hooped me. It was Jake Chychrun over 1.5 shots, Kevin Durant over 26.5 points in the association. Both those guys didn't hit right away. And then I had Alex Tuck over 1.5 shots. That hit. Leo Carlsson didn't hit his over on ice time too. So I got bent over, right? Just poured the coals too on that one. I'm going to have to regroup this weekend. I'm going to be boots on the ground at Lambeau Field for Packers-Vikings. So I'm going to have to look at the app, see what I got cooking. Right now, the line right now is Packers -6.5, which seems a little steep. But, I'm not going to bet against my boys. So I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board, get in the office, and formulate a game plan here coming into Sunday.
Maybe a little Lupul Upshaw over tees, Packers over tees.
That was always the best.
That might be at there. I'm with you. Obviously, an NFC North division at Lambeau. JJ McCarthy's been up and down. The Vikings have been up and down, but you got to think they're going to come into Lambeau on Sunday ready to rock. And I know you don't want to bet against the Pack, so you don't want to take the points with the Vikes. So maybe a little over tees there, Swishy.
Over tees, yeah. That I don't know. Just looking at that, 6.5 just seems a little bit steep. I don't know anything, but that for a division game, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. Updog, what do you like? What have you been firing on? How's things going over?
Yeah, you know what?
Better than crypto, huh?
Oh, boys, yeah. Crypto's been a disaster.
So is the market.
When Portnoy comes on and starts hammering bets live to get things on the up and up, still things aren't perfect.
$2 million I saw you bought in crypto.
What do you do? Yeah, you did $1 million in XRP, 500 in Bitcoin, 500 in Ethereum. And I think since he's done that, it's dropped another 10%.
He's actually having a tough year. Like when it comes to his parlays that he does for DraftKings,
really good.
He hasn't hit one. He hasn't hit one all year, but usually he's been on fire. Like he hasn't hit one all year. And listen, we all know it's hard to hit a parlay cafe. Like it's not easy. But what I'm saying is Portnoy usually, all other years hits a couple, but he's kind of having a tough year. Crypto as well. I guess he's kind of been.
Yeah, I know. So listen, when the crypto's not going well, the mornings are tough. But then you look towards the afternoon game and the Sunday nighter. Hockey. I've been focused on a little bit of the hockey. This over Ducks, you guys have been on to something. The over in the Ducks games, boys, the guys are scoring goals. So take your pick. And then I've been, last night it was a key matchup on TNT. I did Oilers Caps. I took the Caps. Should have took you over too, because there was 5 goals scored in the first 15 minutes of that game. But luckily, I'm finding my way through, navigating through rough waters, as they say, in the gambling aspect, because crypto's not going well.
Yeah. So you bet against your Oilers.
I did.
You did. Yeah.
I did last night. I just thought it's when things aren't going well. It's again, I'll use a crypto fucking comparison. It just doesn't turn like that. You got to kind of wait till it's a washy. There just hasn't been much positivity coming out of Edmonton yet. And quite frankly, I see these guys, the McDavids and Dreisaitl's, they're working extra hard and they're playing all these minutes. And it's just not working. So until that happens, they're on a little bit of a skid. It's time to jump on it.
I've been betting against them the whole road trip. I took the Sabres against them. I was with you last night. I took the Caps over them. They're on a 7-game road trip. They're heading into Tampa tonight, I believe, in Florida. So they got to just find a way to get some points here, right? Before they don't want to lose all 7 on the road or something.
In the Pacific right now, they're not, they're a game behind 500. It's not perfect.
So DraftKings babies, hey, shout out to our boy Graham Dillette. I talked about last week how we hit our first full creamer. Well, we got a little greedy, Swishy. We went for, once again, we wanted Dallas over the Islanders. We lost the full creamer. We lost it all. We lost first period stars. We lost regulation. We lost team total. We lost money line. We lost puck line. That is just taking it up the you-know-what. Luckily, boys, I put a 5-team parlay in there at plus 1,200. That saved me. I had the Leafs, Jets, Lightning, Hawks, and Knights. That one hit to get me out of the hole. But you warned me about the full creamers, how rewarding they can be. Swishy, if you're on the other end like that, that's a hole that if I don't get that parlay, that's a hole that's going to take me weeks to get out of.
Yeah, I mean that's the risk you run with Grambo, right? When the full creamer, you're going full Sasky with it. That's just when it rains, it pours. Those are nice to hit. How many of those bets do you have to hit? Do you put your same amount of units per bet on that, or do you put an emphasis on some of those? And are you just like a field player when you're doing the full creamer?
Full creamer, I put my full units on it. However, after that Dallas one, I think the next full creamer I will do half units.
Gotcha.
Like anytime I do a parlay, I do half my units.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking when I look at the full creamers, it's got to be half units. It's a great question about you, Swishy, because if you do get bent over like that with your full units, you're so in one. It's such a hole to get out of.
You feel a little responsible, but then when it hits, you're like, pussed out.
I pussed out. But
that's okay, though.
Yeah.
Live to see another day, my friend.
Yeah, exactly. Flip it off the glass, Swishy. Just get it out.
You can make 7 figures going off the window, Obes. We know that.
And then my last little bets and more bets here presented by DraftKings. I had Buff against the Oilers, like I said. I'm like, okay, Calgary's going in there off back-to-back. They lost in Chicago. Buff's going to win. No. Just the consistency factor of Buffalo, Swishy. Like, I've watched them quite a bit. Bo Byron looks unbelievable, but that's what it's like. To win in the National League, you got to be consistent. They looked great against the Oilers. Obviously an easy game to get fired up for. Calgary comes to town, and they honestly just thought it was going to be easy. And Calgary played a great road game and stuck it to me, Swishy.
Well, I mean, even Tage Thompson came out with a quote. I don't know if it was after the game or it was this morning, but I saw it this morning, and it was basically saying, like, we can't just expect to show up and just play good. Like, we don't have a pulse right now. It's the National Hockey League. That's not how things work. You have to go earn your goals. You have to go earn wins. And it just seems like it's the same song and dance in Buffalo with Terry Pagula, Kevin Adams, and Lindy. I like it a little bit rough. It's like where they win a couple games, they just regress right away, and you got your best player being vocal about it. But it's like I'm going to be interested to see how it shakes out in Buffalo, Obes, over the years, and because that's a guy like Tage Thompson, man. Like he doesn't want to waste good years of good hockey right now, and if they're not going to be competitive in Buffalo, you might have to find a different home.
Yeah, and I'm with them. And they're a little banged up, right? Benson's out, Zucker's out, Kesselring's out, Norris is out. But literally, they win that game last night against Calgary. They're in a playoff spot. Like, they were 2 points out of a playoff spot. And for a team coming in back-to-back like Calgary, been struggling, like, I'm trying to put myself in that locker room, Updog, when I'm watching this game. Like, the way they came out, flat, Buffalo I'm talking about, to let Calgary get up 2-0 and finally get some momentum. We've been there, right? On bad teams, you're going into a back-to-back in Buff, right? You wake up there, it's cold, the hotel sucks. You're like, I don't really want to play. And Buffalo just came out flat uppy. And I'm like, to me, like Swishy said, and I agree with Tage Thompson, that's concerning for me as next player.
Yeah, I think looking back on the teams I've ever played on, when you don't have consistency, you don't really have identity. And when a team doesn't have identity, then you got to look to like the GM, because that's always, to me, it's personnel. To me, it's like, how do you not have the players that can at least get you on a train of playing the same way? If you're playing just this and that, there's no accountability. The coach is, trying to look for answers, can't figure out anything, to play in this league right now with how fast it is and how many games, 4 games a week, you got to rely on like little things to get, through some games. And when, you have a team like Calgary coming in, and Calgary lays an egg against, the Chicago Blackhawks, and back-to-back nights come in and that happens. It's not.
Yeah, no, it's concerning, isn't it? How do you not get fired up by that one?
Yeah, I wouldn't be betting on Buffalo like that.
That's on Buffalo a lot.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just saying, if you are, then err on the side of like, these teams are going to show up some nights and you just question what's going on.
Just the consistency.
Yeah.
Like the way they played against the Oilers, I'm like I said, Calgary coming in, I'm like, they're going to be licking their chops. They come out and lay an absolute egg. I'm like, well, that's why you guys are not a good hockey club.
Yeah, like I want to say I took them against Utah last week.
Yeah.
I took Utah against Buffalo. They were up 2-0, and then I'm like, oh my God, really? Buffalo's going to stick it to me? 5 goals in a row, and you're like, okay, this is the team that Buffalo Sabres are that you expect to see.
Updog, moving on here. Get this guy a Labatt Blue, fella.
My favorite time, baby. Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear, fellas. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt. Sign up, boys, at rewards.labattusa.com.
Pristine Pilsner, boys. I'm dishing out 3. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Willie Stiles, Nylander. Listen, the Leafs are banged up. Matthews is back skating. Tanev is back skating. I think they're going to get healthy here in the next week or so. But for them to stay in this race, and they're lucky because the East is so tight that you win a game, you're back in the playoff picture. You lose a game, you're in last place in the Eastern Conference. Willie Stiles, OT winner the other night against Updog St. Louis Blues. Shout out to Johnny Tavares, too. And Craig Berube gave him some love after the game. I saw it come out in the Leafs social media. 3-on-1 play, down low. Tavares wins the battle, slides it out to Nylander. Nylander takes care of the rest. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Willie Stiles, just a guy that doesn't feel the pressure of playing in Toronto and just always wants the puck. So he deserves a cold Pristine Pilsner. And then the next 2 I'm dishing out, I'm going to put them together here because I believe they are 3 and 4 in the league in scoring right now. Connor Bedard had a hat trick against the Calgary Flames. Maybe one of the sickest empty net goals I've ever seen. Spun around, sauced it over 3 guys right in the middle of the 4x6. And then Malcolm Celebrini, a.k.a. Felabrini, as Swishy says, had a hat trick against the Mammoth. Listen, John Cooper and the boys in Hockey Canada, Getsy, these guys are making it real tough for them. I think right now there's no way these guys can't be on this hockey club. The way they're playing is unbelievable. Get yourself a Labatt Blue. Updog and Swishy, let's stay right there with these 2 guys. Like, Updog, you represent Hockey Canada. Right now, these guys are playing their way on that team.
Yeah. I can't really remember back, Olympic, in sort of Olympic situation. I guess you talk about Sidney Crosby when he was that young. Back in the day, maybe Rick Nash when he first came in and like scored 40 early in his career. Like, are these guys, are they mentally and physically ready for a short-term tournament that is the biggest and best on best? That would be a question for the Doug Armstrongs, the John Coopers, the Hockey Canadas, and the Steve Yzermans, and all the guys that have been in those moments. Can these young players, can you trust them to be out there on the ice when the game is 3-3 and it's going to overtime for the gold medal game against the U.S. team? Are they just going to sit on the bench, or are they going to be the guys you go put them on the ice? I would say if you think that they're ready for those moments, then they're on the team. Because if not, John Cooper builds this team around guys that have been in those bigger moments, guys that have won a Stanley Cup, guys that have penalty killed in big moments, whether it's 4 Nations or whatnot. But Schmaltzy, to me, if these guys continue this, like Obi said, and they stay in the top 5 in scoring and they go get a couple more hat tricks and the puck just follows them around and they show their elite status, yes, you can bring them and play them top 6, maybe top 9 minutes. But if not, they might be on the team, but they're not in the lineup, sort of sense. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you, Obes, and we were chatting a little bit before, and I agreed with your scouting analysis and who you'd swap in from the Four Nations roster with the Olympic roster. I believe you said Konechny, Jarvis out, as well as who?
Stoner.
Was Stoner out, and then you would go Fellabrini, Wilson, Bedard. Now, Connor Bedard is going to have to come into the lineup and play wing. And I think he's very capable of doing that because nowadays in the new NHL, it's basically you line up wherever you are at the draw, and then it's just interchangeable. So I don't think that would be an issue for Bedard. I think his wall play would be fine. Fellabrini definitely has to be on this team, the way he's cooking. And I just look at the back end even with this Matthew Schaefer. Now, I know I've been stroking him off a little bit lately, but I just love his game. And I wanted to ask you guys, he's only 20 odd games into his NHL career, but do you look at it similar to when Drew Doughty played in the 2010 Olympics? Now, he had a full year under his belt when he got to that point, but I just think this kid has so much confidence. The way he plays out there with the jam, the excitement, it doesn't seem like any stage would be too big. Is that one name you're throwing in the hat as well?
Yeah, and listen, obviously, not only are we throwing his name in there, so is Hockey Canada, because he officially went into the drug testing protocol that you got to get in there for the Olympic team. Listen, I watched him play the other night against the Avalanche, and then I watched him go in and absolutely stick it to me against Dallas. Jump.
Yeah.
That is the word I would use. Jump. Every time there was a scoring chance that the Islanders got in Dallas and in Colorado, he was in on it. Like the way he can move around, and you know what it's like, Swisher. You put a kid with that much jump and skill and can hit holes, and you put him with the best players in the planet. Like, to me, it's like, why not bring this kid in here? I know he's only 18, but man, what he's shown me from when I watched him come out west here, fuck.
This is a question for you, D-Man, but like, would you pair him with another offensive guy or with like Colton Parayko, who was just the steady Eddie guy with the long stick and can always stay back? Or is he like a him and Makar? Just let it buzz.
To me, just imagine him and Makar.
I know, but Makar has Taves, and that's like opposites. I feel like D are good when they're opposites.
Like, yeah, they're. If you ask Coop and the boys, they're probably not going to. They probably wouldn't play those guys together. But Switch, you just imagine the hinge work of Schaefer and Makar. Fuck, they have the puck the whole game.
Yeah, imagine that 5-man cycle in the offensive zone with those guys interchanging. One guy at the goal line, one guy at the top of the key. The high cycles they're rolling, the D to D, hit in the middle. It would be unbelievable to watch. I think I would pair him. I would start him with Parayko. And then if he struggles early on in the tournament, that's when you can kind of fall back to, say, a Travis Sanheim or someone like that. But I do think, Obes, he's got to be a part of that 7 that are going to Milan. Like, I really do think he needs that runway and the leash to go in there and just see what he can do. He's earned that right, man. I really think he's on that team. I would have him on the team.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Parayko, or if Drew Doughty's on the team, that's what you would probably put him with, right? A veteran right-handed defenseman that you're like, hey, kid, you go. But just as a fan, imagine McDavid out there with him and fucking Makar, Schaefer and Makar, D to D middle, fucking flying. Like, look out. Look out.
Imagine that 4-on-4.
4-on-4, that would be insane.
It would be insane.
He's only 20 games into the season, though. Like, into his career. We really got to, step back. You're like, is he running on?
No, he has a jump to him, Uppy, that he is faster than everybody else.
Yeah, watch the play. It's pretty special.
It's pretty special. And he'll go D to D, or he'll walk the line, go down to the winger, jump in that hole, and he's gone before fucking anyone could see him. Like, he is almost quicker than Makar jumping in places like that. Like, he has something to him that is...
He's like that Lane Hudson sort of the way he's...
Faster.
Really?
Way faster. Would you not agree with that, Swishy?
Yeah, I would say Lane Hudson's a little choppier, and his fast twitch might come off to the screen a little faster, but the ground Schaefer is covering and how big he is and rangy he is it's deceiving. So, like, I think if I saw him in person, I'd be like, wow, like, this guy, the way he moves, it's cerebral, but at the same time, it's very quick. Like, Hudson's choppy, right?
Yeah.
Like, he moves fast, but the ground this kid covers, it's truly amazing, man. He's fucking 18 years old.
It's nuts, Ups. Like, it's nuts how quick he can get to a place, and how, when I watch him play, I'm like, man, imagine how, and like another kid, Bull Byram, I keep mentioning him, and obviously Makar, but the way they can skate their way out of trouble. Like, even when, you look at a young defenseman, you say he's only 18 years old, right? You want to throw him in the biggest tournament in the world, and you probably be like, well, you're worried about him. But if he does put himself in trouble, he's such a good skater that even against those guys, he can skate his way out of it. So the lack of experience he has and the reads and this and that, to me, his ability to skate, it's hard to leave this kid out of there right now. But And just lastly on Bedard, obviously the way he's playing, shooting the puck and dishing it, but how hard he's playing right now, man. Every time someone takes a run at him, he's cross-checking them. Like, this kid's figured it out.
You love him, man.
I do love him now.
So your little buddy, your little brother now.
I was hard on him. Good BC, boy.
That's good.
Boys, you want to hand out any more blue lights, Swish, you want to dish out?
You know what? I was in Winnipeg this past weekend, and we don't have to talk more about that, but just the buzz and the respect that Johnny Toews was getting around the city and from the people of Manitoba was truly amazing. And then, you go back and you realize the guy didn't play hockey for 2 years. And the way he's going right now, the energy, the excitement around the team, Winnipeg, and especially being a hometown kid, I just think is cool. So I wanted to dish him a Labatt Blue, an icy Labatt Blue. Every game he's getting better. He's got 8 points through 19 games. I mean, we're talking about a guy that went full Happy Gilmore's mom, right? He moved away 1,500 miles from a hockey rink. He didn't want to be any part of hockey. Takes 2 years off, gets the mind right, the mentals, the body checks out. And at 37 years old, just to step back into the National Hockey League, I don't care if you're the stature of Johnny Toews with 3 mugs. You've won Conn Smythe. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. It's just crazy that the guy came back after 2 years of not even playing hockey, not even really skating. And what he's doing right now, Obes, 3 goals, 5 assists through 19 games. I set the over-under at 37.5 points for him if he plays a full 82. I'm going to say he hits that. He's getting better every game. It's just, I want to tip my hat, man, because at 37, 2 years off, I don't care who you are. That is impressive, and that just shows you how elite of an athlete he really is.
Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't know what to expect. I thought he'd look slow and couldn't keep up. And the games I have watched, I haven't watched him play in the last couple of weeks, but early on in the season, his hockey IQ, his feet are still there. It's a great story, and the Jets will be right there. So, boys, always drink responsibly, but get yourself a Labatt Blue. Sticking with the Winnipeg Jets, beep, beep, beep. Back up the Brinks truck here. This is a guy I would take on my team every day of the week. He's been rewarded. Adam Lowry, 5 years, 25 bananas. Good on the Winnipeg Jets. He's coming off a pretty big, significant injury here. But this guy deserves it. They need him back. This is a contract up dog that I'm just so happy for guys like this. The guy's been a warrior, plays the right way, 25 bananas. Good from Adam Lowry.
Yeah, on a star-studded team, he's the honor of wearing the captaincy and being a guy day in, day out that just plays the right way.
Yeah.
It's what almost all the teams that we look at that don't have identity, it's what they miss. So this is a great deal. It's a very respectable deal. But he's walking around, and he might be the sole reason maybe the chili chicken can come back now, because they're keeping their captain for 5 more years.
Let's get the chili chicken back, Swishy.
Yeah, who do we got to talk to?
Lowry should get in there now.
We not know anyone at Earl's that we can just say, get the chili chicken back on the menu for the boys?
Like, who do we got to talk to at corporate? Let's get him on the phone.
Yeah, let's get him on the blower. Congrats to him. Listen, the Winnipeg Jets are ready to roll. We know that they haven't had the playoff success the last couple of years. Hullabuck seems not to find his game come playoff time, but with their captain coming back, what you said about Captain Serious, Jonathan Toews, the Jets are going to be there again. It's milk carton time here at Missin Curfew. Boys, I've had enough of this. The big hit, and the guy comes rushing in to fight. He comes rushing in, then he has a fight that isn't even a fight. He falls down. He gets an extra 2 minutes. Take a number. Unless it's your star player,
yeah,
right? If McDavid gets hit, McKinnon, Bedard, go. All 5 guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But the other night, the defenseman for the Blackhawks, Murphy, gets hit. This kid comes flying in, tries to fight him. He was fine. Totally. He's going to be all right. Take his number, get him later in the game, even if it's a good, clean hit. This just running in to fight for every time there's a big hit, I've had enough of it. And when I'm watching these games and I'm betting on these games, we'll take the power play, take his number, make them pay on the power play, and then when the game's out of reach or the next time you play him in the season, go out there, drop your gloves, and fucking fight him. I'm sick of these guys running in, banana peeling, getting an instigator, and fucking up the power play when I got money on the squad.
No, I like the Schmaltzy. I'll go for. I like the takeovers because it's old school to know, guys, take his number, don't retaliate. I think this is just the new NHL, and the way it's gone is the game is fast. Let's just be honest. It's fast. A guy gets hit. You don't know, is it legal? Is it cheap shot? If it's a full cheap shot, then it's the time, I'm going to go in and do something about it. If you see it's full cheap shot.
Yeah.
But if it's a big hit, you look at the guy, You make sure your guys up for fucking say, hey, keep your head up, fella. And then you're right. You step back, you take a moment, you fucking run them next shift, or you call them out and you do it at center ice, maybe next game, maybe at the end of the game in a different facet. But you're right. To come in and try to, get on top of his back and feel like you're doing your right thing by punching him.
And I do think it depends who it is. If you're one of your star players or your star defenseman, get in there. But if it's O'Brien getting run or Uppy's getting run or whatever, it's like, take a number, Swishy, we can get this guy later in the game. Let's get on the power play. Like, I'm talking, these games are so close and these points are so at a premium. Like, you come in there, you don't even get the fucking guy. You fall down, you get the extra 2, you forfeit the power play. It's like, for what?
Yeah, unless it's a blatant or belligerent hit, yes. I think you take the number, and no disrespect, but we don't need to be fighting right there for Connor Murphy, a respectable, serviceable defenseman, mind you. But if it's not a star player, it's not your goalie, take the 2 minutes. We need the power play, live to fight another day. And when that guy has his chin buried or his head down, that's when we take a run at him. Or if you want to, if the game gets out of hand, then you go up to him, you tap him and say, hey, we're going right now for what you did a period later or period earlier. So I'm with you, Obes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing. When you take a guy's number and you say, hey, we're going to get you later, it's in your head. I remember I used to take a run at somebody and some guy would come over and be like, oh, Brian, we're going to get you. You're not getting out of the game. And the rest of the game, you're thinking, when are they coming? Right? Opposed to just jumping me and getting it over with. You don't even get me. I fall down. It's like, I've seen enough of it. So that's on the milk carton, boys. Take a number, get him later, or finish him with a good, clean hit. Last but not least, before we get to our guest, it is the Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Fellas, squinting at the menu on date night? Not a good look. Time to level up with Kits glasses. Frames from just $28. Pick your style. These bad boys are the big Ebbets. Upload your prescription. Go on the website. Virtually try them on. Next thing you know, knock on your door. Promo code curfew. Get your first pair absolutely free. Kits, baby. Tape to tape. That's how they do it here. Staying in Orange County, our guest, Ryan Strome, here the other night against the Utah Mammoth. Roll it here. Great little play by Killer here too, right? Killer gets the line, goes to his forehand, to Lacombe, booyah. Stromer had his Kits Eyewear on. It's a great dish, a little one-touch. Lacombe takes care of the rest. Updog and Swishy, it's our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. I love everyone touching the puck. Good play by Killer. Little one-touch by Stromer. NHL.
I will just say I'll put on my Kits sunnies right now because the Ducks are hot. And it is sunny down here in OC right now. But I just love the way Stromer's been, since he's been back, 3 games?
4 points.
4 points. How are you, Stromer? A couple clicks for that.
Yeah.
Love to see. This is the, you got to love that it's the line of the boys just all chipping in. Bertrand and Killer, doing right things. Again, the Ducks are going good, but their young guys are watching the older guys play the right way, and it's all working. Good things are happening down here in Ducksland, fellas.
Yeah, that was a great play by Killer, too, Obes. As we talked about, it kind of just shields it with the backhand and then sees the middle ice, opens up, makes the pass, a little give and go. Hey, how are you? Obviously, Lacombe burying that one. But, yeah, great play and just great patience and awareness by Killer going over the offensive zone blue line and kind of just the spatial awareness he had. He protected it. He had his shoulder kind of not exposed. And then when he knew he saw the middle, he had a little place to make a play, slide it over. Hey, how are you? Corn dogs, Jackie, for all these people.
We don't even have corn dogs. Listen, if you're a young forward out there down in the jungle, Always Hungry League, as Swish said, I saw that on your feed the other day. That's a great name for the American League. Always Hungry League. Cold pizza and fucking soggy subs. Watch Killer play the game. Watch him forecheck. Watch him track pucks. Watch him get pucks out on the wall. Like, there's a reason this guy's won 2 cups and has continued to play the right way. So, good on the Ducks. That was our Kits Eyewear Dish of the Week. Next, our guest, all-time good guy. Good to see him back, like Updog said. Ryan Strome from the Anaheim Ducks, coming up next. Fellas, welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog, Richie Fella, all-around good guy. Been on the show when he first signed with the Ducks, coming out of the blue shirts in New York. You see him more than I do, but I don't see him around Orange County very much. But Killer and everyone I talk to, this is a glue guy you want to sit beside in the dressing room, and a guy you're bumping into all the time. So Ryan Stromer, thanks for joining us, buddy. First of all, how's Updog's flag football coaching ability? I heard you've been doing some scouting reports.
Dude, the Updogs team put an absolute beat down on my daughter's teams. It was ugly. It was ugly. I lost track of the score. I was just counting my kids' touchdowns. After that, I couldn't keep track of anything else. It was a landslide.
I'm not going to take full credit. I'm the assistant guy. I'm the D coach. Okay, I monitor my defense only. So when it gets out of hand, I like to, I had to remind.
They got you working the D zone. Huh?
Yeah, I remind the head coach, hey, just keep, tell the girls to just fucking work on some throwing plays or something.
Yeah.
You look like the strength coach. The warm-ups you were running out there with the kids, the high knees. I don't want anyone to pull a
hammy. Stronger. I want these girls to understand, you gotta get the legs going first. You gotta get the legs going. But in all seriousness, flag football is hilarious, and I'm glad
best.
You and I are witnessing our daughters play this. It's one of the most fulfilling things. It's almost as funny as the soccer games that I also see you at.
Yeah, we got a tight circle. We got to try to get the kids in the same team, I guess. Here, that's the one thing we're missing. We got to get a little all-star team in Newport Beach here going. Get the kids really get them buzzing.
So they're the same age. Is he
same age? Yeah. Your oldest girl is just a little bit younger, I think. Right? She's 4.
I got a 5 and a 4-year-old. So I'm in one.
Yeah. So Izzy's kind of right back smack in the middle. But hey, Strome, we don't want to we don't want everyone chirping us because we're putting an all-star team together, right? We got to keep them separated, I think.
We don't. I got to give you credit. You did a great job, though. It's nice to see you out there. And as a parent, though, I was gonna run on the field. I saw the throwing play. It's like we were just rubbing our kids' nose, and at the end of the game, going Hail Marys at the end. I was gonna charge the field, but I'll let you have it. But
no class from the up dog team, man. They're trying
no
to run the score.
Class. Keep the head down, Don Cherry.
Stromer, I believe that. Run up the score,
Stromer, well, it is your team. I think your coaches had the full playbook and everything, though, right? The boys had the salaries out.
Yeah,
I go, God,
they do a good job. I've kind of stepped in a little bit with some more time on my hands here. I've stepped in and we've really tried to simplify the game a little bit. But it's good. You know what though? You're right though. Just seeing the kids just go full speed, and they got some of them don't know what's going on. Some of them are just dialed in. It's really fun to our whole lives we've been in the arena, right? Everyone's watching us, and when you get to watch your kids, or you just to see the freedom and the happiness on their face is the best feeling ever.
And one thing for our listeners, just quickly before we can jump into some whatever talk, but
we like flag football.
Listen, to Canada and the northern U.S. states, flag football in Orange County here is nuts. There are nuts. People on a Friday night are on the football field at one time. Stromer, would you say?
500-600 people.
It's crazy.
Really?
Parents got
they selling booze there?
They bring the coolers in. They're drinking white wine. I got a tequila. I got a spicy margarita.
I gotta get my liquor license and open a bar up there. 500 people?
At least.
They got a food truck going at all times. It's incredible.
There's probably 30 fields. So little fields. And at the flag for every field, you're like, fuck, am I at the long one? Our kids play at the very deep one.
They carry the chairs all the way over there.
Yeah, carry the chairs. Yeah, Beckham wears his Philadelphia Eagles jersey there. But Stromer, there is, and their games are every 45 minutes. It's packed.
Nonstop.
Packed.
A little different.
Parents are getting pinned, hitting on each other. It's a shit show. I mean, it's crazy. I keep my flag. I haven't got to throw it yet, but I keep a flag in my pocket because there's going to be a time where something happens or I gotta.
You have a challenge.
Well, you can challenge it. Well, I don't know, but I got my flag just in case. Just to see what. Got one. You got a flag. I got a flag.
You know what, too? Watching the older kids, our kids are a little younger, but the 10-year-olds and stuff, it looks unbelievable. If I was a kid, that would be so much fun to play. They got plays, they got the gloves gone. They're it's nonstop action, all skill. It's great.
And it's going to be a division. Is it already a Division I sport, or is it the Olympics?
I was just going to ask that. I think so. It's women's, right?
Yeah. So your daughters could end up getting a full ride in flag football or something.
I think so. I think it's a great sport. I mean, they all wear mouth guards right now because they fucking. Stromer, I don't know, but there's times where the girls.
There's some collisions.
I bet, dude. And they're 5. It's great. But they start to understand now, we're 5 games in. We had a bye week last week. All the parents.
Rest is a weapon, eh? Rest is a weapon.
Parents are just, hey, take the night off and do some meet you at a restaurant. Sure. No, they did a bye week, but now they're 5 games in. They're starting to really understand, there's defense and offense. And, if you don't run this play, it doesn't mean you're not on the team. It's just part of the play. You just
stay ready.
Larry Murphy decoy over here.
Yeah, stay ready.
So stay ready. But it's kind of fun now. They're starting to understand it. It's hilarious.
What's your record? You guys undefeated?
We're undefeated.
Wow, Stromer. So he's setting the bar.
Or the Minnesota Vikings.
He's setting the bar. Are they up dog, eh, Stromer?
The New York Giants are 1-4. It feels like real life.
The Giants. Oh, it's hilarious.
Strome, kind of tee me right up, buddy. Obviously we talked to you when you signed your deal with the Ducks, and now you're going on to your number 4 out here. So just tagging in that with your kids and stuff. What have you enjoyed about playing out here, living out here, away from the rink? Like, it's a pretty special place, to raise a family and to play for the Ducks, huh?
Honestly, man, it couldn't be better. It's 10 out of 10. I mean, the hockey's been kind of it's been slower than I would have thought signing out here, but I think we're starting to turn that corner this year, which is exciting. And I mean, our life here is 10 out of 10. Like, I want to live my whole life here if I can. It's incredible. And the fan base is actually incredible, like great support. And considering how bad we've been, like they've been awesome, like no joke. And there's light at the end of the tunnel now. And I know it's gonna be a great year for us. Honestly, I really believe it. And we got a good mix of guys, and life's great. We got a good group of guys in the team. We all hang out together, and we chill outside of the rink. All the boys kind of live close together again, which is a good thing down in Newport. And there's something for everybody, whether you're a young fella trying to get after a little bit, or you're an older guy, or like you're in between guy. Like, there's something for everyone here. And I don't think it gets the recognition for how good of a place is the place. We're trying to put on the map here, and I think obviously winning games helps that more than anything.
Strome, I just want to tag it before I turn it over to Uppy. You guys got great character guys in there, yourself, Killer, Vetrano, Gudis, guys like that. But the other day at Joey's there, the boys were sitting around, probably 8 or 9 of them, having lunch, drinking beers together, like not getting hammered, but just having a nice lunch together. And me and Uppy kind of looked at each other like, fuck, that's refreshing. Like, that was a good sign to me to see you got a core group of guys there that like to hang around each other.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a little bit old school in that sense. I know you guys are. Like, I think if you don't like each other off the ice, you got no chance. Like, you've never heard a team that wins that doesn't get along off the ice. And the last couple of years with so much turnover and so much turmoil kind of at all times, it hasn't been the best. And already this year, you could tell a huge difference. Like, we're just starting the season here. We've hung out like so much. Like, we've had like guys hosting football, guys doing this, guys going for lunch, guys grabbing dinner. And I think that's something that I've tried to like really push on the guys. I think it's a huge thing. I'm a big believer in that. And to see guys kind of doing it on their own now, and like, there's groups of like, single guys, young guys, like you kind of find your clique of who you're kind of hanging with. And like I said, taking advantage of like Newport Beach, dude, like it doesn't get much better than this. Let's be honest.
Strome, while we're on the topic of Newport, I remember, my first year in the league. I'm, 20 years old or 19 at the time. It was, I played the 9 games before they sent me back to junior. But part of that first like month, I flew into Anaheim, landed LAX. You drive in the palm trees, and you're just like, holy shit! My first time ever to California. We're all Canadian kids here, but I guess now that I live here, I kind of. That moment was always kind of etched for me to be like, holy shit, this is the beaches of California and stuff. Was there a moment maybe early in your career when you first came out to Anaheim, now that you're living here, that you were kind of like, wow, this is fucking NHL teams here in Anaheim? And, that feeling of like, we got to go to the rink. I just want to stay at the beach. Like, what, do you remember any of that back in the day?
100%. I mean, it was like, I remember we used to stay at Shutters in Santa Monica a little bit and it was like sick. And then we'd bust in, and well, it was also just terrifying because you had to play Perry, Getzlaff, and Kessler, and all these animals just trying to kill you. That California road trip, while I entered the league, was like the worst thing of all time. Like San Jose, LA, Anaheim, and they were all just wagons. And like, if you get out of there with like a couple shots on net and like you weren't like dashed like 5, you're like, I had a good trip, like whatever. But not only that too, then you roll into the Honda Center, and like the boys used to have some sick cars down there, and like the palm trees. I was like, I always said to myself, like, I can't even imagine like getting to like, I can't imagine that this is their life. Like the contrast from Edmonton or New York is just like so different. And then, it becomes full circle. And I remember when I signed you, I came down for like a weekend and we stayed in like Newport, and I literally looked at my like wife at dinner and I was like, I can't even believe that we get to like live here. Like it's always felt like a pipe dream. Like when I was younger, like you said, just like in the back of my mind. And like waking up it's tough to have a bad day, honest to God, it really is. And I feel really lucky, and try to just spread that message around the league that like it's such a great place, because I mean there's obviously stereotypes of different places, but once like teams like kind of starting to stay at the Pendry now a little bit more and staying down in like Fash Island, like then they really get a more dose of it than staying kind of in Anaheim too. So
yeah, the old Doubletree Hotel out in the Orange, eh? I'm like, good cookies, but fuck, eh? Long Uber down to a restaurant and back.
Yeah.
No, Strome, I'm with you, man. I remember I came up with my first, rookie camp or whatever, and like I picked up the airport. I'm like to the guy driving me for the Ducks, and I'm like, oh, nice weather, huh? Is this just, he's like, yeah, it's like here all year round. I'm like, it's like this all year round? He's like, yeah, it doesn't rain here. It's just sunny. I'm like, all right, who do I got to fight? I'll fight anyone. I don't care. Like, I got to stick around here. But Stromer, obviously you guys have a new identity. And, I mentioned you again and Killer, and the list goes on and on of good veteran guys. However, there is some history with the Ducks of a Stanley Cup and Getzy and the boys, a good run. Do you guys still feel that a little bit? Do you try to tell your young guys? How does that work from a veteran like you to try to maybe keep the tradition of what Getzy and the boys built?
Yeah, it's a great question. I actually think they just did a massive renovation to the Honda Center, and they put up like a ton of stuff for like Stanley Cups, Western Conference titles, all the major awards that guys have won. And I think that's a really great reminder of guys walking into the rink that like, this team's had like the Solanis, the Getzlaffs, the Perrys, like the Niedermeyers, like there's been like Conn Smythe winners and Rocket Richard winners, and it's pretty impressive. And I think that the team's done a good job of like doing the renovations at Honda and really embracing that history and kind of showing like the young guys like, there's been like some major success here, and there's been some unbelievable players that have like sat in these dressing rooms. So I think that they've done a great job of bringing that back. Well, if you guys see the renovation the next couple of weeks, if you're at Honda, it's incredible. And, I think that when teams have that tradition, you really understand like what you're trying to build upon in the fan base, what they're used to, and that winning culture. And even just like we talk about when, I was a little bit younger, but when you guys are around too, like the Ducks were like a guarantee to be like in the fight for the division every year and, second, third playoffs like every year. So this has been like a long stretch for the fans and the fan base that's been kind of like what they're not used to. And I think it's starting to turn, like I said, and the people deserve it here. And I hope the guys really embrace that because, the history of the hockey and the history of the NHL is what makes it special. And I hope the young guys embrace that because that's what I always did as a kid and as a player in the league. And I hope these young guys do it as well.
That's well said, fella.
Yeah, really well said. But speaking of legends, one of my favorite coaches I ever had was Coach Q. He makes me laugh. He's yelling crispy passes at everything. If you want to get with good books, pass it as hard as you can. He'll love you. But I'm just kind of wondering how he's been coming in. I know you've been away from the rink a little bit, but you got a taste of it at training camp. And how's he fitting in, and how the boys liking him?
He's been unreal. He's he's just been as advertised. Honest to God, he's fun. He's having a good time, but he's serious. Like it's a great mix of like he has this high expectation of his players, and you don't want to like disappoint him. Like you make a couple bad passes, he blows it down. He like storms in the middle of the ice. He's like, fuck me, boys, let's fucking go. And it's like, it's great. Like it's old school, but it's like, it's all time. Like our passing in practice, like our crispiness has been like I've never seen in 3 years here. Like it is like sharp. It is like fast. It was like the exact way he wants you to play is how you practice. I know coaches say that all the time, but his drills are super simple, but that's what he wants. And he gets it done. And it's been great. The thing I really like about him the most is I feel like he doesn't have like a lot of systems, but he's got like rules almost. So like he's got like 8 or 9 things that he really, really harps on. And that is the way he wants you to play. And you're not out there like thinking, am I in the right spot? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? He's just like, I want you like having energy back to your own zone with your skates. I want you like always getting the puck out, or like just like his little quirky things that he likes that you just remember those things are drilled into you, and it just allows you to go play. And I think if you've watched our team early in the year here, you see the young guys, they just look like they are just shot out of cannons. And I think that's why they're not thinking as much. They're using their instincts, and he's just kind of preaching his little rules, not necessarily like a massive system to these guys.
Yeah, just want to quick on that. I remember all those little rules. They're hilarious. But yeah, when you get over the red line, he just lets you play hockey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like make plays, don't think. And that's what with your team, I think that's going to be so helpful with all the skill and talent and young talent you guys have. But
100%. And he also like, even little things like in the D zone, like he wants plays ended quick, and he wants like
flush the balls.
And double the puck and flush the puck out of the zone. And it's like, those are things where it's like, if you just sit back and be passive, the best players in the league will hold on to it all day, and you're just sitting in the D zone. So he wants you to be aggressive. He doesn't care if you make a mistake, do it, make a mistake being hard on pucks and giving it your all and playing fast. And it's been great. And yeah, definitely on the bench. Like he was in preseason a couple of times, he was calling, we had this like guy from the AHL up, and he was awesome. He was calling him Philly cheesesteak, just screaming it. And the boys are just loving it. Like, not a lot of guys have played for a guy with like that much personality as a head coach. Nowadays, there's a lot of different people, and I think he's very authentic, and it's been great. The guys have been unbelievable, and he's, like I said, just been as advertised.
Stromer, just on that, like you've been through, this is your third team. I caught a glimpse of you in Edmonton at training camp. I laughed with Obi because I was like, fuck, I was in there early. I was hurt. So I was in the trainer's room and sure as shit, this guy loves the training table. But he's in there early. He's early. He takes care of the trainers. Like he's a pro and he learned it. Yeah, he learned it young.
Blue guy.
But in saying that, you've been through some great organizations and coaches, and this is your third coach here now. Was there like amongst you leadership group and you made some moves with Kreider and you've brought in some talent, you got great youth, but was the message amongst the leadership group on like this sort of change for you guys something that was going to be, super positive? And then how was camp with Q? Like, was he, well, I guess you just mentioned a little bit of it, but was this refreshing something? Because we have you guys pegged as a team that can really make a splash in the West right now with the changes you made. And I guess just what was that like for you guys as a leadership group to know that, things are turning from the top down and now it's on us?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Well, first of all, training camp was like one of the harder camps I've had in a while. Like, we were on the ice for like 45 minutes to an hour a day, but it was like, you're not allowed to go on one knee. There's not much water breaks. It's like go, go, go nonstop and it's fast.
Yeah.
It's a lot of skating, a lot up and down. And, it was unreal. Like all the boys loved it. There was no complaining. It was like, let's go here. Like you get off the ice after 50 minutes, you can't even see, but you're like not even pissed off. Like I didn't look at the clock once. I was just buzzing the whole time, and he gets you in great shape that way, which is awesome. And in terms of like the team, I think that all the older guys here have had a great mindset of like, listen, we're not the guys that are like carrying the mail here to the Stanley Cup. Like, let's be honest. Like our job is to let's ease these guys along as best we can. Let's help the process. Like, obviously we're competitive and we want to play minutes. We want to score goals. Like, it's not that we like aren't trying or anything, but I think that we're like realistic in the sense that like our job is to bring our best effort in the games and push these guys, but also like try to teach them the ropes and like kind of show them like, this is what the NHL is kind of like. And this is the way the ecosystem of the team works and how to like take care of the trainers and how to like, take care of a guy for 1,000 games and 500, like stuff like that is like, it goes such a long way in building a good team and a good culture and a good environment. And I think that's the one thing that we've done a good job of, even through some of the shitty times, is been good teammates and good to each other. And now that we're starting to turn out of it, I just think it's like on a rocket ship out. And these young kids are just unbelievable. They're so talented. They're so skilled. It's out of this world. And I think our job is to just try to be good team guys and have a good locker room and show them what it's all about. And at the same time, push them for their jobs too, because, Q is the best. Q's playing whoever's been playing good. And that's what every player wants as a coach. Like last game or a couple games ago, Killer had a great game and he was on the first line. It's like the way it should be. Like he was buzzing. And I think that as players and as a team with a lot of depth and age groups are all different, you can't ask for much more than that. So, in a long-winded answer, I guess, we've worked hard at the culture of the team, the environment. And, I think you need that before anything. And I think we've done a good job with that.
No, that was a great answer, fella. That wasn't long-winded. That was a great, well said again. I want to go back to more of the Anaheim's Ducks as an organization. You kind of nailed on the head that it doesn't get enough love sometimes. Like, first of all, I've been down that Impact Club watching you boys play. It's nice down there.
Nice club.
Couple little fashions. I saw you walk by. It's Stromer, fella. So I like that they did that. I like that they redid the room for you. But another thing, like your social media team, Stromer, like they do a lot of cool things with you guys and trying to get to know your personality. Like, as a player, they're a veteran guy who you have great personality. I mean, when you're done playing, you'll be able to do whatever you want. But do you notice the little things that the organization is trying to do to help you guys and get to know the players? Because I think their social media team does a good job.
Yeah, they do tons of stuff. Like they have their own like podcast stream and stuff like that, which is I've never seen that before. And it just gives like them control of the access that they're giving out to the players and stuff. And they get to do their own content. So it's great. And, the team's been awesome. Like, I think through, all this rebuild and stuff like that, the best thing that they've done is they've just asked us like, hey, what do we need? Like, what do we need to do? Like we're bringing in guys from the Rangers. We're bringing in guys from Florida. We're bringing in guys from Tampa, like, grade A organizations. Like where are we falling short? Where's the differences? Like, what do we need to do? And there's never been, pushback to whatever we need. Right. So I think they're trying to, take care of the families, take care of the boys, make sure everything's set up. And, they've been great. That's what you need to do in today's game. Like there's a salary cap and there's only so much money you can spend. So, you got to make sure you're taking care of your guys and giving them everything they need to be successful. And like the other day, the GM was in the gym. He's like, he came up to me. I'm like, oh shit, am I getting in trouble here for my workout? He goes, what do we need in the gym? I'm like, I don't know, maybe a couple TVs. He's like, all right. And I walked out. He's like, he wants to know what we need. It's great. I think that when they're open-minded about stuff like that and just want to make our lives as good as possible, that's what the best organizations do, and that's what they're trying to be, and it's been great.
Yeah, you kind of teed me up before I turn it back over to Richie. When I played here back in the day, buddy, we were at Anaheim Ice. We didn't even have a lounge. Our gym was fucking Bush League. It was just like, I'm like, is this the NHL? And I get traded to Tampa. I'm like, okay, this is NHL here. A couple couches. But like the new practice rink, I haven't been out there yet. Strome, we're going to try to come in the next couple of weeks or month maybe and do something with Coach Q. But like just wrapping it all together, right? The lifestyle and the redoing Honda Center. And now you guys got your great practice facility at Gray Park or what. Like it's a nice setup you guys got is where I'm going with this, right?
Dude, it's so good. I mean, like obviously, you know, there's always improvements. Every team every year is like pushing the needle on like, you know, chefs and recovery and all this stuff. Like it's crazy. Like there's so many like doors you can undo and just keep going and going and going. But the Ducks have done a great job. And like I said, they just ask like, what do we need? Like, what do you feel here? And they've been super receptive. And, you know, I think as some of us older guys, you talk about culture too, but part of like the reason they brought us in here is to kind of like push this thing forward and like make it better. And, you know, if we can give our feedback and they can kind of shuffle through what's good and bad and take our suggestions and do it. But no, it's like, listen, you get to live like as close as you want to the beach. You can have your feet on the sand every morning and you got a great facility to go train in and everything's 30 minutes in Orange County. So it's pretty good. And, I think obviously winning helps everything, but as free agents, like I really just wish guys would like just come down for a weekend, you know, like come stay in Newport for a weekend. It's like, it's going to be tough. It's a tough sell not to want to live here. And the team does everything they can to give us what we need. And that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, Stromer, I want to jump into just some of your young guys. One guy I always watch and love watching, and I think he's going to be a superstar in this league, is Leo Carlsson. Reminds me a lot of Kopitar. I played with Kopi early in his kind of career and seen him, you know, obviously take off into, you know, Hall of Famer. But what do you see from him and, you know, what's going on with him right now?
Honestly, like I think of all the young guys that I've ever played with in my career, like I've gotten pretty lucky. Like McDavid was younger than me. Obviously, he's in a category of his own, but like Leo's like he's special, man. Like he's got a chance to be like big time player in this league for a long time. Like he was our best player last year, him and Lacombe, and like he was like 20 last year, and he's like raw. Like he's 6'4", he flies, he can dice to the neutral zone, he can rip it. Like he's starting to like fill into his body. He's starting to win face-offs. Like he's getting a little stronger, getting some man strength. Like he's got everything. He's got a great personality too. Like he's a good kid. He loves it. Like he's a good guy. And I think the sky's the limit for him. Like what he does on the ice through the neutral zone at a young age is just unbelievable. And he's already getting tough matchups, and he's got no issue with it. He's got an unreal stick. Like he's got like a little Barkov in him, little Kopitar, little Malkin. Like he's like a blend of like all these six centermen. And you're like, if he comes anywhere close to any of those guys, which I think he can do, the Ducks are in a great spot. And he's unreal. I can't say enough things about his game. He's lights out, man. He's unreal.
Good style.
Just looks easy for him, right? It looks easy.
Easy, man. He's so poised. He's calm. He's fast. He's quick. He can pass. He can shoot. Like it's just the game looks like it's slow to him. It's like, but then he rips through everybody. It's you can't teach that, and he's a special player.
I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum. I'm going to go to Killer Alex Killorn, a guy who I've got to know when he was with Tampa, and then once he got out here to the Ducks. But I watch you guys play a lot, Stromer, and the thing about Killer is, doesn't matter what time of the season, doesn't matter what place you're on, doesn't matter what day of the week, he plays the same way every single night, competes. How nice is that for a guy, for you, and not only you, but your younger guys, 2-time Stanley Cup champ, brings it for all 82 and doesn't take nights off?
I mean, you said it the best. Like, I mean, you could walk the walk, whatever, but he's done it, right? Like he's got two mugs and he's, you know, he's played different roles. Like he's played on PP1 in Tampa. He's played a little bit on the PK. Like he does it all. Like I was watching their game the other night. He went in the corner and ran a guy over. He's 36 years old. Like it's unreal. Like he does it all. And he's a great guy. Like I think he's become a little more comfortable every year here. Like obviously it's a culture shock coming from Tampa for, you know, 10 plus years, like over to here in a bit of a rebuild. But I think every year he's become more comfortable, more vocal. He's got a great personality. He hangs out with every guy, like whether it's old or young, he's always like shooting the shit and he brings it, man. And the best part about Killer is he makes plays and he's like confident. Like he goes like, let's just make plays, boys. Like I'm like, it doesn't matter who you are, whatever, make plays, make the next play, set the next guy up for a whatever. It doesn't have to be like a highlight reel play, but like make a good play. Like he's always encouraging guys like that. And he's been great. Me and him have become really good buddies. And and he's just a riot to hang out with, and fuck, he can hit the golf ball pretty good too. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good to see that. He hit balls a while too.
He bombs it. He was in the body of Killer. I was loving it. I'm like, oh, Uptown Killer got you getting there, fella.
The draw.
Got you getting there by a few ups.
He's still. That's because he's still playing. Wait till he's not playing. He fucking lose a little bit of the corner weight.
I'll tell you what. Before I turn it over to Strome, it's going to happen eventually. But I can't wait to see. It was you, Killer, and Vetrano, and when we looked at your, I love your forward group, fella. But that's at the time, a third line. Like, to me, that's a line you can win with. Like, if you asked other teams around the league if they could pencil in that third line come playoff time or whatever. So I hope once you get healthy that we get a chance to see that. Were you as excited about that opportunity? Because I think you three guys together is just a great, great veteran winning kind of meat and potatoes kind of third line,
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think that, like, I kind of talked about it before, like, you need to push these young guys. Like, obviously we know that, like, Leo's carrying the mail for us, Mac T, like, these guys are like, they're studs, but you gotta have that inner competition in your lineup too. Like, we want to like score goals, we want to play good minutes, and I think when you have a line that like provides that, like, try to be consistent as possible and whatever on a nightly basis, like, it's a line the coach you can trust. But we got a ton of great options, and we got a ton of good guys, and everyone's been totally selfless this year. It's been team first. It's been no egos, and you mix all these factors in, whether it's the off-ice stuff, like the team first stuff, the veterans, the rookies, and we got a great mix, man. And I'm really excited about the season. And, I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. And, every team wants to make the playoffs. It's so fucking hard. I mean, obviously you guys know that, but I think we got a real shot, and we got a lot of great pieces in that room. And I think playing with that house money this year and just see what can happen. And I think it's going to be really fun.
Stromer, you come from a hockey family, buddy. You got a tight, a tight relationship with your brother Dylan. After watching this Amazon series the other day, I'm watching the Tkachuk brothers, and it's pretty epic to just see the dynamic they had as kids and competitiveness and beating the shit out of each other and stuff. So, I guess two parts to my question: is your brother, were you guys always there pushing one another as kids, and what was that dynamic like? And then two, he has an incredible year last year in, I think he tops his point total. He helps Ovechkin get to, the holy grail of goal scoring and record. And so what was that maybe like for him last year, and you being alongside him for the ride?
Yeah, great questions. I mean, obviously growing up, it was just a shit show. Like, I mean, it was just hockey nonstop. And I credit my dad a lot too, my mom. Like, we were obviously super talented. I think all three of us were like the, best players in our team. Like, it kind of came easy for us, but the only thing they preached was hard work. It was literally, it's such a cliche, but it's so true. Like, my dad was a hardworking guy. My mom had to go back to work to put us in hockey, but they just want us to work hard. He didn't give a shit about the results. And, my dad always used to tell us when we had a game, we didn't get any points in minor hockey, he would always say that was our best game. Cause he's like, I saw how hungry you were to score. Like, he's like, that's what I like to see. Like, you were pushing to get one. And like, they always preach the hard work. So yeah, we really pushed each other. I think I was a couple years older, so I think I kind of like plowed the way for them a little bit. They kind of looked up to me a little bit, like going to the OHL, and, I'd be in juniors and they'd be in the warm-ups watching me in warm-ups. And like, if you're a younger brother, that's like unreal, right? To see your older brother doing that. So I think I paved the way in a lot of sense in those ways, and just kind of guided them. But it's an unbelievable dynamic. I mean, to have two brothers that are like your best buddies and to do the same job as them, and then to get to go to the same summers as them and do the same thing in the summer, like it's super unique, right? It's obviously very rare, but we don't take it for granted, and it's fun. And the second part of your question, yeah, honestly, like to see him kind of, go through the mud a little bit, third overall pick, and like, it's McDavid and Eichel in front of him. It's pretty impressive. And then gets traded from Arizona to Chicago. And then Chicago, he doesn't get qualified after like scoring 20 goals back to back. And, as a brother, you just want the best for him. You don't want him to like struggle. You want him to do well. And I think when you went to Wash, it was kind of like it was a perfect storm. Like Backstrom was out and Kuzi was kind of like not the same anymore. And it was kind of like a lefty slid in there, and it was kind of like the same role, right? And he just took the ball and ran with it. And to watch him last year, like, fuck, he was a catalyst on that team. Like, I don't just say that like just because he's my brother. Like, he had 80 points, and like that's not easy in today's NHL. Like 80 points is impressive, and
yeah,
they had a great power play and whatever. But you're getting tough matchups when it's like you're on the line with Alex Ovechkin, and like he played through it all, and they were great. And I was super proud of him, because I know that I think as a player you're always fueled by doubt, and you're always fueled by like being a boss. And I've been the same way in my career. Like, people are always like, oh, you're a top 10 pick. Like you're like, but it's like, you know how hard it is on a day-to-day basis. Like people have no idea. And for him to kind of persevere through all that and like have a 82 points and assist on a record breaking goal and just like, really establish himself is the thing I'm proud of him the most. And, he's a good kid. He loves the game. And he had a couple unreal videos. Like when Ovi broke the record, they were on the runway and they were like both pretty banged up. And he sent a video to the group chat of my dad. It was like, Mr. Strome, Papa Strome, thank you for your son, second assist, all-time goal. And they're like hugging each other and they got like the shirts undone. And it was like just unreal. And you could just see the pure happiness on his face. So to see him being happy is worth it, like for me as a brother. And I'm really proud of him. He did a great job. He deserved a lot of credit for what they did the last couple of years, and they had a good club over there. They're going to be a tough team to beat again.
Yeah, and I think it's a trickle down with Ovi, right? He makes the game fun. When your best player, the greatest goal scorer of all time, still comes and they dance before warm up and they're going no buckets, like that's NHL, man. Yeah. That trickles down.
NHL.
That's NHL.
Strome. 100%. Even I see like the warm ups, like they made the rookies all wear suits, even with the no dress code, and like, and they got fun. They got fun stuff like. The other game, they had a guy that got traded, and they're like they sing the song like "We Want You, Babe." Like it's little stuff like that like I think I'm so cheesy for that stuff. I think that stuff goes a long way because like if that guy feels like a little bit more comfortable that night because that moment you're like kind of bringing him in a little bit, like it just goes like he probably texts his mom and dad for the game. Oh, you see the boys like they want me, like they sang a song, like whether it's like simple as something like that, but it really goes a long way. I think that the Caps did a great job of that.
I couldn't agree with you more on that one, Stromer. A couple more for me, fellow. We appreciate you taking the time. Listen, I love your forward group. When I look at your back end, to me, it's a little concerning. We'll see how he plays out. I'm not going to ask you about that, obviously, but the young kid, Jackson Lacombe, gets $9 million a year. I've watched you guys play a lot over the last couple of years. You see him every day. You practice with him. What is it to you and the organization that said, hey, this kid is worth that contract? Because I think it caught everyone a little bit off, but obviously to have the team believe in him, man, what do you see playing with him every day?
I think that if he was in any other market on the East Coast or in Canada, like people would be like, you got to get this guy signed, like no matter what. Like you see like the Lane Hudson stuff and the Luke Hughes, and he's in the exact same category as those guys. I mean, Billy Guerin seems like he knows what he's doing and he got invited to Olympic camp. So like, I mean, obviously he's right there with those guys. And he's like one of those like prototypical American guys. Like he could skate for days, never gets tired. Like he could play 25 minutes. He shows up the next day. He's in great shape. He's ready to go. Like just like effortless every day. And he's got unbelievable, like you do a 2-on-1 on this guy, you can't even get a pass through him. It's like incredible. And like great instincts. Another one of those guys where the game looks super slow for him. He's always poised. He's got a good shot from the point. He can do anything. And I think that he's the type of guy, it's like, hey, Jax, we need your quarterback PP1. He's like, no problem. Or if you needed to tell him to rein it back in a few years and be like, hey, play shutdown, just play 5-on-5, like no problem. Like he can shut down, like he's got it all. And in today's day and age, like those guys are hard to find. And I don't think he's like the high end is like Cale Makar offensively, but incredible instincts, great stick, super smart. Like, and the best part about him is he's such a humble, modest guy. Like he came out of college, he's got like the curly hair and like he's wearing like these shitty old Lululemons and stuff. And like he was just so personable. He came up to me and Vetrano one day. He's like, hey, can you boys take me to the mall? Like, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like he's so like open with himself and like comfortable in his own skin. And he's like a little brother to a lot of guys. So when he signed that deal, everyone was just nothing but happy for him because he's just like, he's very authentic and just a great guy that everyone roots for.
That's awesome. You couldn't get a pass on me like 2-on-1. That's because I was giving you the shot. Right. See, I can go. Hey, Luongo, you got to make that save. Pekka, make
free breakaway, eh?
Yeah, free breakaway. I'll give it to you. Stromer, last one, buddy. You've been great, man. You mentioned Patty Verbeek about the gyms and the TVs. I don't know him. I come around the rink a little bit, but I'm not around. But from an alumni, like, what is it that you believe in this guy, and what's his best asset as a GM? I guess that the organization's in good hands.
Well, I mean, if you look at all their young guys, like they're pretty much handpicked by him. Like a lot of people were critiquing, like, picking Leo ahead of Fantilli, and then like Seneke went pretty high. And like, dude, these guys are fucking studs, man. Like they're fucking good players. And like, I think his eye for talent is like incredible. Like, so far, every guy that I think he could scout. Like, I think he can pick players, and he knows what he's looking for. And every guy that's come in has been just as advertised, in my opinion. So I think that's one of his best qualities. And I think that for some of the older guys, our relationship with him is like kind of built over the years where like he signed us and brought us in, and now he's like kind of comfortable coming to us and like asking us, or we're comfortable going to him, telling him something, and he's trying to build it up the best he can, right? Obviously it takes a few years, right? You got to get your own guys in here. Like now pretty much everyone that's here is, signed by him or brought in by him, right? So now it's kind of his team, and that transition doesn't happen overnight, so it takes a little bit of time, but his eye for talent seems to be pretty bang on. I mean, these young guys, like, especially since they were like criticized a little bit for being like not reaches, but maybe not like who that people would think that should be picked. And like these guys can play, man. So, I mean, they're pretty fucking good. So I think he knows what he's doing. And it's been good. He's me and him have a good relationship. I was trying to negotiate a verbal no trade clause the other day with him in the hallway. Didn't maybe keep me in Orange County. So we didn't sign off on anything yet, but I'm working on him a little bit here.
He should give you that 100%. He should give you that 100%. They don't want you going anywhere, but I think you're right. From what I've heard, Stromer, like, he scouts more than any GM, right? Like, he goes to the games and actually watches them. He's on the road and stuff like that, which is, your boy Dale Talon wasn't doing that. Your boy Dale Talon.
He's a +2.
He was teeing it up every day. But
well, I think everybody's got a different like way to them, right? Like, I think that some GMs are like, they're people, they're just like kind of managed people, right? And other guys like find talent. And I think that now that he's kind of like got all the talent together, now he's around the team like every day now, right? Because now it's his guys and it's like his group. Before it's like he's trying to go out and find those guys, and there's expiring contracts and all those things. So I think every GM, in my opinion, with coaches and GMs, the biggest thing is for me is like, whatever you're good at, just be it. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a yeller and a screamer, be a yeller and a screamer and be good at it. If you're a people guy, be a people guy. If you're X's and O guys, be it. Because I think as soon as they start straying away from their path a little bit is when guys kind of see through it in the NHL, especially for coaches. And I think if you're just authentic with the guys and honest with them, then people go to bat for you and want to play hard for you every night.
100%. That's well said. I'll tell you, he's done a real nice job up front of you guys got veteran guys and young guys. Like, he's done a nice job of piecing the squad together, Stromer. And hey, listen, buddy, we appreciate you. We're pulling for you guys this year. You're an unbelievable glue guy, buddy. Keep going. You're good for the organization. And once our golf course gets finalized here in September, when you come back after a nice...
All right, let's go me and Killer against you two then. How's that sound?
Poor Uppy. Hey, poor Up.
No, we got them.
Yeah? All right, sounds good. I know the lay of the land, Stromer, but...
I know you know the lay of the land, too.
Yeah. I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much, and enjoy your season.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to Missin Curfew, Updog, Richie Fella. Thank you, Stromer, Ryan Strome. Listen, he's got lots of runway left to play, but when he's done, he's going to be able to
sit right there if you want to. Any kind of right there.
Great guy. You know him a little better than I do, but I've got to know him a little bit with this time here. You know how it is during the season. Those guys are so busy, but I take him on my team is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, Richie's carved a great career for, as he said, he was a high draft pick. I think he was 5th overall to Long Island. I mean, I feel exactly where he's coming from. He's part of a group of guys here, like he said, that was, helping groom a younger generation and teaching them what it's like to be a good pro. What it's like to live in Anaheim, play hockey here, play at a high level. And I got a chance to get to know him in Edmonton when he was part of a young core group there that, played the right way and just needed a couple bounces. But he's a real fucking glue guy, like you said. And the Ducks are lucky to have him here. So, if he's talking to Patty, give him the verbal, shake his hand, tell him he ain't going anywhere because he's good for your young kids. And Richie, it was exactly what you and I both took on when we got to that age. Helping these young guys turn into good people, good pros.
Yeah, and he seems like he's super happy in where he's at in his life and career, right? Like, he just seemed like he loves living there, loves his teammates. He's still a hell of a player. I'm excited to see him get back and get on that line with those veteran guys and just be those hard checkers. And you know what I mean? I love those. Those. I have so much fun playing with those two guys. They'll be playing so hard for each other.
Yeah, let's call a spade, though. I came up with that nickname for you, Luch and Trevor Lou. That was the pension line. So.
That's it, eh? That's okay. We'll let him have it.
First ever pension line. I gave it to you boys.
I was what were we called? It was Revo and fucking
Horn Dog. Horny
Toad. No, not that one. No, that it was me, Revo, and Brodziak. But fuck, it was the I don't know. Wasn't retired, but fuck, basically
Brittany.
Fuck roller.
So thanks to Stromer. Pulling for the Ducks, like we've all agreed on here in the first couple of weeks. They're one of the teams at the top of our list of most kind of intrigued with, and we'll see how it turns out. So Richie, thank you. Updog, always a pleasure. Thank you to Hall Pass Media. Max, the Ice Picks pickup. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.